Today we're going to see the combination of binary tree and the queue logic is equal to the binary heaps. What's meant by queue is, if you consider the patient standing in a queue in a hospital to get the treatment, that's the classic example for the first in first out data structure queue. The first person gets the treatment first, and the second person gets the treatment secondly, and third to third, fourth to fourth until the queue is empty, it goes. There's a one more scenario is there. If you're driving inadvertently in a road and you've been hit by the lorry, they don't have the brakes, at the time the doctor won't put you into the patient's queue, but they are prioritizing you according to your body condition to get the treatment first. In this kind of scenario, it could be called as the priority queue, which means actually prioritizing patients. So this is the priority queue. Today we're going to see the binary heaps, the heaps that is the basic for to build the priority queue. Now we are going to heapify the array 1 to 5. There are two versions in the heap, max heap and the min heap. If you understand the max heap well, the min heap is the complete reverse of the max heap. To build the binary tree structure, we use these formulas, the parent left and right. If you're in the parent, you can use the index. 2 into index plus 1 to get the left child and 2 into index plus 2 to get the right child. And if you're in the child, you can use the index, which is the index minus 1 by 2 to get the parent. And if you apply the formulas in our array, you will get the heapified. This isn't the heapified, this is the structure is going to be heapified now. We're going to start from the middle of the array to heapify. You might ask why we're using the middle of the array, because you know what, the third and fourth indexes doesn't have the children. If you say the index 2, the 3 doesn't have the children, so let's move on to the next index. Now we're in the index 1. Now here we get a child. We have to actually find the maximum element because this is a max heap. So we just find the max heap and put it in the correct position. And after that, go to the index 0. From index 0, we are heapifying down to get the whole complete heapified array. Commonly, we do two operations in the queue, which is a push and pop. In the pop, what we do is we just extract the maximum element from the heap, which is or the array, especially the first element, and after that we swap the empty array with the last element of that array. And if we swap that, we just heapify it down again to get the whole array to be heapified completely. If you like to push into the queue, you just append with the array, or you could use the array.push method, and after that you heapify up to get the complete heapified array again. Let's take array from 1 to 5. Now from the middle element to the first element, heapify down. Now create the heapify down algorithm along with the parameters, array and index. Now create the left and right cell and assume that the parent is the largest one. Compare the left cell and the parent and extract the largest element. Again compare the extract the largest element with the right cell to get the largest element. Earlier we assumed that the parent is the largest element, but if the parent is not the largest element, we're just swapping the parent element with the child and we are heapifying down to the next down node. Now let's create the pop item algorithm. First we are checking the heap whether the heap is empty or not. If it is empty, we are returning the -1. If it is not empty, extract the first element or the top element from the heap. After this, swap the top element with the last element. And after that, remove the swapped last element. And heapify it down from the top element and return the extracted item that we extracted earlier. Now let's create the push item algorithm. If the array is empty, just push the item. If the array is not empty, push the item in the end of the array and get the last element index until we reach the top element of the array and the parent is less than the child. Swap the parent and child, and after that go to the next node up.